Hello from the Dreamport Discord server. I'm Shadows Pub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. Want to call on you? Add your post link to the text channel, come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, let's get started. And Wandering Moon's going to lead us off.
This is a nature post, and I don't think that this is something that a lot of people see very often. It's a parent bird teaching younger birds how to hunt.
That is different to catch. Somebody was being very watchful. Family of 3 sparrows. Good stuff. Thank you, Wandering Moon. And Bemye.
Uh, this one's about the frustration of unrewarded labor, or rather disappointment. I felt like the disappointment when we are not given the worth we deserve. She made it very clear that what she wanted from the other perspective, and I just related too much. I don't know why. Just related too much.
Some people can react in funny ways.
Exactly. I usually being like more aggressive than being accepted one. I know actually why, but I don't like being the aggressive one. But I cannot change. I tried, but couldn't, sadly.
Well, I generally think that we can always change if we choose to, but it's never easy to do it because there are habits we get into that it's easy to drop back into them.
Yeah, and being a competitive family, it does not helps.
Yeah, yeah, it can be difficult at times, and sometimes the people around us can actually make it harder for us to try to make the changes we want to make. But on the flip side, with the right people around, you can also get a lot of support doing that. So it works both ways. Hey, Kara. Thank you, Bemmy. And Tammy, you're up. That's okay, you didn't make a sound. There's Azaria. Good to see you,
Good to
stranger.
see.
IBB Tammy. There you are, I see you typing. Okay. Tammy says, this post is about a insecure girl who tried to bring down another girl because she was threatened by the other person's capabilities. Ooh, those are never fun times. I'm not sure which is worse. Disappointment because you don't get the notice on something that you were hoping for, or when someone is insecure and fearful about your own abilities. I think it'd be the latter, but that's my guess. All right, Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, I just wanted to remind everyone that today, the first day of the month, is Hive Power Up Day. And if you go into your wallet and power up your Hive, which this post shows you how to do if you're on eSency, steps are very similar if you're on PeakD or Hive blog. Um, you have a chance to win some prizes if you power up enough and if your Hive power is in a certain range. You can find that out in the official post. But just don't forget Hive Power Up Day. It's still going on for another, 7.5 hours before the blockchain time, which is UTC, turns to June 2nd. So get your Hive post in.
Now there is a upper limit on your those numbers we
Well,
get.
there's actually a lower limit too. You have to have at least 100 Hive power, but no more than 8,000 Hive power to win the prize of a delegation or tokens.
Yeah, but there's also the reputation score. Also, there's an upper limit, is there not?
Yes, I think there's a reputation score, and there's also a minimum that you have to power up as well. So, yeah, reading the official post will help.
Because I remember having read it and gone, "Oh, my reputation's too high, so I can't participate in that." But it's a good thing for people to participate in. Please, if possible, be a helper. Okay, explain that for me, please. What is being a helper? You can come on, Mike. It's okay.
Okay, you can do power up for someone else. Like I did one for Ipexito from Hive, and I know that she is really busy. She just started a new job because she needs it, and she can't do post on Hive recently. And I know that she wants to continue to Hive, and I think that could be helpful for her, and that's why I did some help her. Or I don't know the exact name, but you can do. I just help like 4 or 5 Hive, and it really helps. It doesn't, yeah, and the amount doesn't matter. Just help.
So, if you power up for somebody, how does somebody know that you've powered up for them?
You can see on their wallet and probably on your wallet too.
I'm confused. If I power up, it'll show me doing a power up on my wallet. How will it show on theirs? Do I delegate
You,
to them?
yeah, you can check it on their wallet. You can see the exact minute, like you didn't token exchange or you swap it, like it shows on your wallet, like, and you can see that exact time.
Okay, I'll have to look into that. I still haven't got
I,
a visual in my mind on it.
Okay, maybe if you can check it, you can see it on my wallet right now for Ipexito. It shows right. I can saw it right now.
I'm not sure if it triggers a notification on the recipient's end or not, but it might.
you can
Tammy
you
says it shows
cannot
on both.
get a notification, but you can see it on the wallet. And last month, Tracy York made me a power up, thankfully, and I didn't know until I checked my wallet.
Okay. I'm going to have to look that up and see how it's done. Tammy's saying
For
that
anyone
Tango.
who might not know the benefits of powering up will make your vote worth more to others. You'll get more curation rewards in return. You can earn interest on your have power. Your votes for witnesses and proposals are worth more. And you have the satisfaction that you're helping the blockchain to grow and be more stable and powerful.
All of that is true. And we want Hive to be one of the most stable because we don't want to see any meltdowns like Luna did. All right, Kitty Girl. No, I just called on you, didn't I? How about Balika then? Okay. Okay, so Beme just put an example of how it looks when you do a power up for somebody. And Balikas. Oh, you did a writing. Hello everyone, it's good to be here today. I can't come on voice, I'm at the market. Ooh, what are you buying? So I decided to do something different with my hands and it turned out more than... You're gonna have to go check that post out. Baked fluffy milk cake. It's cake, it's gotta be good. Are you buying supplies to make another one? Yeah, but you're biased. You're the cook. Of course it's going to be good. Okay, Beme, you're up.
On this one, I just want to show you where I live. Actually, where this is the part I like the most, the beach, and walking in here, it's almost look like heaven. Especially when it comes to sunset or sunrise, it looks really beautiful, and I don't really usually like putting someone on my pictures, but I couldn't resist the picture in my head, and then I take a picture of this man, and he was a sweet uncle from Silivri, and I showed him the picture that I took, and he just said, just use it, it doesn't matter, you're so sweet, I give you the permission to use it. He was just so sweet.
Some people are just like that, aren't they?
Yeah, and we usually don't call it like uncle and similar to like that, but he was just like my uncle, and like I said, he was just so sweet and like my own uncle. I was just gonna wanted to kiss him on the cheeks. He was...
I think you had fun doing that. Oh,
Yeah.
Belikas is gonna love us and leave us because she's racing home from the market. Um, if you haven't gone up to the Fluency Fun channel and clicked on the emojis up there, you should do that. Since we've had a few more people in. Sorry, Wandering Moon, can't give you the exclusive. And Kitty Girl, you're up.
Well, the official date for Hive Fest has been announced. And for those that do not know, the Hive blockchain grew out of the Steam blockchain that was founded in 2016. And every year they have had a meetup in various cities around the world. During the time of COVID, we had a virtual meetup online for a couple of years, but last year they started doing the in person meetups again. And this year it's actually going to be in Mexico. Um, they did the first ones in Europe, and then they did one in Bangkok, Thailand, and then they did the virtuals, and then they were back in Europe last year. But yeah, Mexico is something new. But anyway, save the date. And even if you cannot attend, mark your calendar because all of the presentations will be streamed live on YouTube Live and a couple of other platforms, and they'll be recorded so you can watch them later. And it's very interesting to listen to the presentations because you can learn so much about the blockchain, not only what we have now, but what's coming down the pike. So it's very informative.
Yeah, that's one thing that I don't think a lot of people realize is that even though the markets are down, there's still been a lot of developing going on the blockchain. This is actually kind of a big thing that it's even coming to Mexico, Wandering Moon, because they've been pretty intent on keeping it in Europe. They said bringing it to North America was too expensive.
Yeah, Roland P. actually did some research a couple of 3 years ago and was considering a North American location, but when he checked the prices of airfare to Canada and the United States, he checked into the price of lodging and food and everything and just found out it was going to cost people way too much. But apparently, he's got some kind of a deal set up in Mexico where it's cheaper. So.
I think a lot of people say that Mexico is cheap, anyways. I know there's a lot of people in this area that spend winters in Mexico and not Florida. They seem to like the atmosphere a whole lot better down there. And no, I'm not talking about the politics. All right, we got any more emojis to drop? Now, you guys must have either some posts of your own or some posts of others that you can share. Quiet bunch today. I'll tell you, Bemier, I've got that I talk politics less and less, which is an interesting challenge when my brother visits, because he keeps coming back to politics, and I keep kind of steering it away. Because him and I are pretty opposites when it comes to political views. Well, it's a funny thing when somebody starts talking politics and they get silence and then it becomes another topic. My brother really does need more hobbies and then he'd have other things to talk about. Bemye, you're up.
This one is from my first post, the other side of that depression, that unhappiness, and just not having a good time from life. And this one is the happy side, like the headline. Just actually, this one is hard to write because when you did uh, uh, my English just broke.
It's okay. Take your time.
However, when you experience this depression and unhappiness in that much, it's really hard to feel like literally happy, or it's hard to name that feeling happiness. And I think I not full made it, but I made it. just a little bit, and I am happy about it.
So I'd be surprised if there's anybody in this room who could honestly say that they have not experienced depression at one time or another. So I think everybody in here understands exactly what you're saying.
And that's sad at the same time, because I don't really want to feel that way from somebody else, because that's not really good. And I hope you didn't, but I know that you did. But hopefully it will go away soon.
Yeah, some people experience it more than others, but here's the flip side to that. If we didn't experience it, how would we actually know when we're happy?
Exactly. You have to have downsides and upsides all together, and that's the way you know how you are happy. But some deep emotions are not that good, either side.
They're all part of who we are. They really are. Some of it's not as easy to embrace as others, but hey, we need the shadow side as well as the light side. No, I'm not talking about me. Thank you very much.
We need you too. Not that. No.
I had not been familiar with the term the shadow side of the personality until I started kind of exploring some interesting topics. And when people started using it, I was kind of looking around and going, wait a minute, they're not talking about me. Yes, I know Azaria does. She's figuring out her time. Thank you, Beme. And good job writing on that topic. It's not always an easy topic. It brings it out of the shadows and into the light when you do that. IBB Tammy, you be up. I think, there we go. I see her typing. And Tammy says, this post is a submission to the Motherhood Weekly Challenge. I talked about the kind of parent I want to be. Y'all can go check it out. I love how Tammy does it. She did a commercial, just as I asked. Good job, Tammy. Okay, kitty girl, you're up.
Well, someone on the blockchain has issued a challenge to people to show me your kitchen. So, this is one of the respondents. She lives in a small studio apartment with her partner, and they have a very, very small kitchen, but she shows it off. She also shows how she has utilized some of the space in the kitchen because it's so small, and it's just really clever how she's done it. But anyone can participate in this challenge. So, more than anything, I'm hoping that some of you will be moved to participate. whether you cook on a grill in the backyard all the time or if you've got a big fancy kitchen or anything in between, think about sharing your kitchen with others.
My air fryer oven and my Instant Pot are my coffee pot are the basis of my cooking.
Yeah, those are the three things you can't do without. Mine is my toaster oven and my coffee pot. Yeah.
Yeah, some days I can do without the coffee pot, but the other two, no, they always get used. I really love the air fryer.
And this person, Carolyn Stahl, whose post I shared, she's one of the first people I followed when I came onto the blockchain.
Oh, really?
And yeah, she was one of the very first people. And when she travels, her and her partner, they both share really cool pictures and stories of their travels. But when they're home, they share a lot of good recipes, including some vegan recipes, which could easily be adapted for meat eaters to enjoy as well. Um, she's just really creative in the kitchen. It's definitely worth checking out quite a few of her posts, not just this one.
I like her comment. She's showing a storage rack. She says, I use it for storage underneath. I also use it to set up my laptop and watch bad movies while I cook.
Oh yeah, I thought that was really cute.
That's one way of keeping your attention on the cooking. All right. Thank you, kitty girl. And Malikas has won the 1 HBI. 10 minutes time, we'll find out who won the 3 HBI. And Amy, you joined us. We were talking about you earlier and noticed that you were not with us. You're up. This is when we'll see if Amy's network's working. There we go. It's working. And Amy says, when you look at the mirror, whom do you see? To some, the mirror is used to check their appearance, but for me, it's a tool for boosting my confidence. Would you like to see how? Click, 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 and read. I'm going to take a guess, Amy. Do you go to your mirror and give yourself a high five? Or are you going to tell us? Kiss can be done as well. Unless you're wearing lipstick, and then you have to clean the mirror after, eh? The red one, yeah. And next up is Saria.
Can you hear me?
I most certainly can.
Okay. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. We're here another week.
All right. I have a post of my weird art and poetry, and I decided to try to post again once a week because I hadn't had time for months, so I made another post. Just weird art and weird poetry.
Azaria, your work is never weird. Why do you keep calling yourself that?
It's weird. Yeah, I looked at that. You said that you use Midjourney?
I do.
Yeah, I was gonna start looking into that, so.
It's an interesting post or an interesting tool. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the better generative art tools. in the sense that it's probably further developed
Okay.
than some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I looked on and do you have to pay like a monthly fee to use it or
Yes.
is there okay. Right.
You get 25 free, and then you need to subscribe. So I think the first level for subscription is $10 a month, and you
Okay.
can do 200 images with that. So I pay the $30 a month, which is pretty much unlimited images.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, there's a bit of a caveat on that because they have what they call a fast speed and a relaxed speed that speaks to how fast the server responds to the prompt.
Yeah.
You get, I think it's 15 hours of fast speed, and then after that you either need to use the relaxed speed or you can pay extra to be able to continue using the fast. I've just got in the habit of using the relaxed and just taking my time.
Right. Okay.
You know, that way
Yeah.
I do have the unlimited.
I see that Wandering Moon put in here that they prefer open source. What are some open source examples? I'm not too familiar with all this, the AI stuff. I just heard of Midjourney.
I'm guessing she might be referring to Stable Diffusion, which is behind. Um, I've forgotten his name now. Artie, the bot that Osbud Bank has,
Oh,
and that actually
oh,
that is free.
oh, okay. Cool.
I actually have that in my server, and I did play with it a little bit last week after Wandering Moon mentioned it.
What's
And
it called?
the name of the bot is Artie.
Oh, okay.
Osbud Bank has a Discord server.
Ah, okay.
Do you want to drop the link to the server for Azaria Wandering Moon? Or do you have it? Okay.
Well,
All
now
right.
I have a question.
Okay.
Um, Shadows, when you were talking about a subscription to some of these services, and you said that you get so many images per month, sometimes you enter a prompt and you get a response from the bot, an image that's not exactly what you want, so you have to add a word or two to your prompt, and tweak it. Does that count as a second image,
It
or is
does.
it still part of the first image?
Every time you do a prompt, that's a new image,
Okay.
which is one of the reasons why I upped it to the $30 one for the unlimited, because I do put a fair amount out, especially if I'm doing a coloring book, which I just uploaded 4 of them the other day, and I have another one in progress.
And it is good to see Azaria back. You used to be fairly regular in PYPT there for a while, so welcome back.
See, you've been missed. So, Azaria, you've been busy in Splinterlands, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
Tell
Very,
us
very
what you've been
busy.
up to, what you can share.
Oops. Um, Sorry, I couldn't get pushed to talk to work,
That's
so
okay.
I hope I don't have my cat just knocked over my candle and made this
Oops.
big noise. Um, so yeah, I've been busy with Splinterlands. I do the marketing side and also on the creative side, I work on the music and the sound effects. So that's pretty much why I stopped posting. I just didn't have time and so, but the last 2 weeks I made some time and I figured I'd try to post once a week, get back into it.
I think that's an excellent plan.
Yeah.
We will nudge you to do
Thank
that.
thank you. Yes.
So, one of the things that Midjourney has, and I don't know whether Stable Diffusion would do that or not, aka Artie, um, anime style images. I don't know whether you play with them at all or not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds cool.
They have a mode called Niji that is a collaboration between what do they call it, Soft Brush and Mid Journey, and
Hmm.
that mode leans more towards anime and illustration.
Okay.
So if you go and look at a post I put up yesterday, I did some
Yeah.
playing around with the Niji mode and the different styles on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out.
There you go.
Oh, good.
Ozfest
Thank
Discord.
you. Nice. Thank you.
That's a good one to get you started on for sure, and then you can decide where you want to go from there.
Yeah.
I think Stable Diffusion is still under development. Well, they're all under development, but like when you get things like deformities on images and that, don't let it put you off. They'll continue to work on the development, and that'll get worked out.
Right. And how is it with the as far as using AI, like and posting and stuff? Is that frowned upon?
There are,
Um,
like everything else on this platform, there are some that are opposed to it.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of like trying to be opposed to a river running, because it's a
Right.
reality. I think it's what's most important is that you're open about the fact that that's what you're posting.
Right.
You know, that like if you look down at the bottom of my post, it'll say that I use Midjourney and that I have a license that grants me commercial rights to it.
Oh, okay. So that's how that works.
Yeah,
No. Okay.
but then we've always been kind of expected to identify where the image came from, whether it's our own or from someone else.
Right.
The only difference is now that we're saying that it's my image, but I created it using AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just wondering because I remember there were some chat GPT issues. There were detectors to see if people were using chat GPT to write a post, and that was frowned upon. And wasn't sure as far as the artwork, how that was looked at on the blockchain.
Having played around with ChatGPT a lot, and I've played around with its ability to write. I would not want to attach my name to something that ChatGPT has written.
Really?
Well, the style is more stilted.
Mm.
Like I use ChatGPT a lot. It's a fantastic time-saving tool. It's a fantastic brainstorming tool. Like it does a lot of things for me. Like for example, I uploaded these coloring books to Amazon KDP, and two of my titles came back and were rejected. And when I went and took a look, the reason they were rejected was there are similar titles on Amazon. So I went to
Uh-huh.
ChatGPT, and because I'm a subscriber, I can link out to the web. And I said to it, I says, okay, here's these two books. Here's the titles that they had. I need new title suggestions, but I also need you to check on Amazon if those titles are currently in use or similar. And it did it. So instead of me
Oh.
spending hours trying to figure it out, I got a list of possibilities, and they'd all been checked.
Huh. Okay. Oh, it's a kitty girls thing there. Yeah. They just copied and pasted. All right, so basically, like you can use ChatGPT, but basically rewrite,
I
you
would.
know, yeah, okay.
You know,
All right.
like ChatGPT will kick up points on things that maybe I hadn't actually thought about, and I'll take a look at it and
Mhm.
go, yeah, do I want to include that or not? And then I put it in my words.
Right.
So to me, it's a
Okay.
research tool. How about you,
Okay.
Kara? I saw you react strongly. ChatGPT is a great research companion and writing partner. Absolutely. There's a plugin on there that I really like because now instead of having to take the time to listen to a video that I may want the information out of, I can give it the link to the video and say, please summarize this for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you can put the link of the video in ChatGPT and say summarize this video.
If you've got access to their plugins, there's a plugin that will do that,
Oh,
because the videos, most of the videos on YouTube have transcripts.
right.
So what it does is it searches the transcript and pulls out information.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. What it can do is actually amazing, really, when you take a look at it.
Yeah.
But you
Can I
don't
try that
use it to
again?
do it for you. Go for it, Kara.
Um, Shadows, I love that you shared the video. I actually just did it yesterday with a conference call that I had to watch. So I fed it the transcript of the conference call and said, summarize this for me in 500 words or less. It gave me back 1,000. So I said, that's great, but could you give me 500 words or less? It did. And then I didn't have to watch a 2 hour long conference call. It was fabulous. And I talked to a couple people who were on the call and they're like, yeah, you got the high points. So in the 10 minutes it took me to do that, I got, what, an hour back because I would have watched it at 2 times speed, but still, it's a huge time saver in that regard. So, but the stuff it writes is crap, and it's also usually fake or not fake, false. So you got to be really careful about factual information that you do not take it as gospel. You've always got to check any facts that ChatGPT presents as facts because it's a terrible liar.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So one of the things I have started doing, because with the access to the web, is I will say to it, write me, you know, an essay or whatever on this topic, and search the web to find sources and provide me with the sources, so I can go and double check what they've been, what it's used.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's kind of helpful. But when it wasn't connected to the web, yeah, some of the you know, unfactual information was really over the top.
So it's you can pay like a monthly service to get, or a monthly fee to get those extra services.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there is some that, I think there is some AI utilities that you can get access to the web through, and I think Bing is coming out with it built into its search engine, which means that you'll be able to get there for free.
Okay.
So you're
Cool.
not actually required to pay in order to get to it.
All right. So there's basically not a overriding feeling on the blockchain about these AI images, as long as are crediting or saying where you got the images from, that it's not frowned upon.
I haven't run into any pushback, but then some of the smaller accounts might. I know they were for a while, but I'm not sure
Mm,
whether it's still going on.
right.
Um, I don't know, Wandering Moon. I haven't actually noticed any, but then genealogy isn't something that I sort of look into. Ah, that's a good approach too.
Wow.
So something I did last week, I needed an about page for one of my websites, and I hate trying to write a biography of myself. So I sent ChatGPT off to uh, first to explore my body of work on Medium, and then on the Hive blog. It's unable to read the content on PYPT, something to do with JavaScript.
Mm,
So I sent it to the Hive blog, and I said, okay, now go look at my body of work, analyze it with an eye to my topics of writing, my frequency of writing, my engagement, my style of writing, and my strengths and weaknesses, and then give me the analysis back. So it did, and when it finished giving me the analysis, I said, now write a biography that would be suitable for my website. And it did.
wow. That's awesome.
Beat me having to do it.
Yeah. I wouldn't enjoy doing that either, so.
I hate writing them. I read the biography and thought, who is this person? I should get to know them.
Right.
All right. Amy, I haven't forgot you. I know we went off on a topic that, I obviously enjoy talking about. There. Nope, that's Wandering Mood. Come on, Amy. How's your network? Sometimes Amy's network. Oh, okay. Congratulations, Wandering Mood. Okay, Amy says, people are so quick to judge based on what they see. This was my response to the dream word of the week. Where does it hurt? We hurt differently, and nobody even knows what it feels to be. Sorry, you might have to click to find out. I have a question, please. I noticed the new feature on Dreamport, which is comment of the day. How does it work? Well, interestingly enough, Amy, comment of the day has actually been around for a while. And there is an individual that it is their job to find a comment that they think has been an effective comment. It's good engagement. And they are the ones that decide the comment of the day. I believe it's still one individual. It may actually be a group of people that work together to find the comment. That we'd have to ask directly to Dream. By the way, Azari, are you familiar with what Dreamport is? Did Azaria fall asleep?
Sorry, I'm here. No, I am not familiar.
Dreamsteam, you remember Dreamsteam?
Yeah.
She started a project on dreamport.com, and what it does is it encourages engagement. So you join Dreamport, but you don't join because you're going to build a following or anything like that. You go to Dreamport and say you have a post that you'd like to share. You log in and you're asked to read and curate 5 posts. And then when you're finished doing that, then you can enter your own post in. And your post will go into the pool the next day for people to read and curate.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's what Amy was asking about. So there is a dream token that people earn by for doing the curating.
Okay.
And there's a new thing that has been started called the treasure hunt that runs about once or twice a month, where you can spend some of that dream to earn prizes.
Nice.
Yeah. See the stuff that goes on when you're not looking, eh?
I know, right? There's so much.
There we go.
Cool.
Thank you,
All
Kitty
right,
Girl.
cool.
So that's one of the reasons why PYPT is running in Dreamport now instead of the Ramble, is that we're in alignment as to our views on curating content. Because you can be writing anywhere and share on Dreamport. You can write anywhere and share on PYPT.
Yeah.
So it just seemed to be a good collaboration. I think you're set up that you can get them automatically now, Kitty Girl. Pen's been doing a lot of work on the site.
Good to know. Thank you.
You can also claim your own tokens instead of having to get them sent to you, which is kind of cool. Bambier, you are up. She was waiting for that.
Yeah, I was waiting. Shadows, please give me my fluency fund to the kitty girl, if possible. I just won the 5.
Ah, okay. Congratulations, you won the 5, and yes, you can gift it to Kitty Girl, because I'll do it just like this.
Thank you.
Well, I really appreciate that, but you should keep them, Bimier. You really should. I've got quite a bit that I've gotten over the years.
Oh, then maybe you could give Amy? I don't know how to use them.
Oh, you don't use them. It happens automatically, And as you build up
Ah,
the tokens, or not the tokens, the shares, you will see votes starting to appear on your posts from Steam Basic Income.
I get it now. Thank you for that information. But
So Kitty Girl is correct. You should let yours build up. I love
I
generosity.
just said it. I just said it. Give it to, and I don't want to take my word back.
Okay,
And
but you'll know better for next time.
okay, okay. Thank you again for that information. And this one is probably will be my first and last attempt to write in English, not in Turkish, for a poem. I was really nervous about posting that, but I just said to myself that what could happen, and I just posted.
So yeah, normally you do them both, don't you? You
Yeah. I usually not usually. I do almost write in Turkish in first because it's really easy to rhyme in Turkish because it's some I don't know the right word for that, but it's a bit different than English. In English, you use words, not the words others have. Like you put an s to be to make the word plural,
Mm-hmm.
and in Turkish you use them all for mine, for me, and it's a bit complicated to explain for me in English. Turkish is more complicated. In my opinion, Turkish is more complicated than English for writing, of course. And I don't know, but I really had a hard time for writing that.
That's interesting because I've often heard it said that English is one of the hardest languages to learn. Maybe it's the
Uh,
perspective of the person trying to learn.
Probably, but I've seen Russian and Korean and English at the same time, and probably the languages family tree. I don't know. Uh, Languages has some trees for their ancestors, and English is far more way different than the other languages, and it is hard for me to use English. You could hear in my words, like I'm having a hard time to speak English right now.
You do quite well. I can
Thank
absolutely
you,
guarantee
thank you.
you do better in English than I could in Turkish or any other language.
I could give you some Turkish words, all of you.
You could.
Like
Would I be
you
able to
could
use them? No.
you could say merhaba at the beginning of your show or whatever. Merhaba is hello, and it's just a kind word. Like you cannot get harm from me. It really means that merhaba.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have that words like that. It's
I
really kind.
don't seem to have a mind that retains different languages. As you may or may not know, Canada is officially a bilingual language or country. So in school, we are taught both English and French. Not always right at the beginning, but we eventually have to take the other official language. I took them enough to pass and immediately forgot them.
I do that in German.
Yeah.
In high school, we have to have German in class, but I didn't. I don't really like German. I don't want to offend anyone, but German is a bit rude to my ear, and Russian is rude to my ear also. But Russian is my mother's uh, native language, it's a bit easier for me to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
German is a bit more complicated than Russian for me.
My niece went into French immersion. What that means is that she went to school and she had to function completely in French while she was at school each day. She went into that in grade 6 to grade 8, and then she just took regular French classes when she was in high school. She is still fairly fluent, although she finds some of it she forgets. She periodically needs to go down to a French area and get a brush up, so to speak.
Oh,
Amy!
that seems really hard to do something. And just give me a second. I want to add something. Thank you, Kitty Girl, just for that.
Um, yeah, that was actually difficult, and she almost had to revert back to the regular school system when she was failing math because she could not grasp it in French. But she took some tutoring and managed to get her math and her French. So she was pretty determined. Amy, you're up. Are you with us, Amy? It's always this question. Is Amy's network going to be nice to her? Amy. Great to see you, Azaria. Ah, she said she can't hear. Okay, Kitty Girl has put it up there that it to call on her. There we go. And she says, I reminisced about the good old days and I talked about my then celebrity crush. Too bad he's married now and even has a child. Well, we all have wild fantasies, right? Who's the celebrity crush, by the way? It's none of the musicians I shared their songs, but you might have to read the write up to find out. Maybe you're crushing on him too. Who knows? Might be crushing on the same celebrity. We'll find out who. I like that write up. That's cute. Okay. Anybody else got anything they'd like to share today? Okay. Now we had a slow start. Up, Amy's got another one. We'll let her go ahead since she was late getting here. She's probably scrambling to write her little blurb now. So we'll do this one unless I see another emoji drop. I'll close after Amy does this. There we go. And she says, my bestie and I, here's a post on how I and Ruby spend our time together. And Ruby appears to be a four-legged buddy. That's a nice name for a dog. Okay. You've been listening to Shadows Pub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us on PYPT and join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and it's all about community. And oh, bye, Wilma.